Hi, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and this is my Mother's Day card for 2021. Now this one is huge, I know. I've done it at 10 inches because I wasn't sure what I was doing. The one I do with you will do at 8 inches, so it's more easier for posting and just doing generally. So for the front of it, what I've done a bit of stamping, and I used I'll show you what I used. I used the Stamps by Me. They're called the lamination stamps because you get like the trunk, and then you get the leaves, flowers even. See, like this. You get them like that they go over the trunk so they fit. But you can do as many as you want. So anyway, that's the stamp set I've used on there. I'm sure somewhere you've got plenty of trees and flowers that will go on there. And this beautiful sentiment I got from Design Bundles. I'll put the details under my video. And then I just use these birds, but I'm going to do that a little different as well. And then on the inside, let's see, that's easier, isn't it? Okay, now this is where I've done a few mistakes, so I know how to write now. This bit that I put over the top, it wasn't needed. It kind of spoils the effect. But I was going for like a wooden framed effect to put photos on each one of these. So it's a pop-up photo. But I feel like it's a bit dark. So I'm going to go for brighter colours when we do the other one. And the other thing I've done, if I put it like that, you can probably see a bit better. I haven't stuck it right into the corner. Let me see if I can... See, there's a finger hole there. It needs to go right back. So because I've done that, it doesn't come right up. So that's another thing I've learned that we will make sure we do right. But anyway, the main concept is to have a nice card for Mother's Day that's full of photos when they open it up. Obviously, we can't do as many photos because we're doing a smaller one. So it will read... it'll be there, 3, 2, 1. So you don't get the 4 on the bottom. But it's still a really nice design of a card. So let's get going. We'll go over to the computer. Okay, so we're over at the computer now, and I'm going to show you how to do the mechanism design on an 8x8 rather than doing it the big one like I done. So just, it's easier, more practical for everyone. So rather than get an 8x8 square, I've got one here. We need to duplicate it so that we can do a front and a back of the card. To duplicate it, to put it together even, we need this shape. And what we're going to do is we want this stretched out to the same size, but we definitely do not want it as wide. So we just do that. And then what we're going to do is click again so that the nodes show up. And we want this one. And all we're going to do is pull it out a little bit so that this bit isn't as stretched. And then we're going to get this node and do the same thing. Like that, and then click off. And now what we want to do is move that up a little bit because it is not level. If you want to move in a bit closer so you can see a bit better, magnifying glass, and just move it over where you want to see. I'm going to go up one more That should do it. And now I'm going to hold shift and click on the other square, and we're going to align it through the center so that it's equal, and then weld. Once we've done that, you're going to click on the path tool over here, click on there, hold shift because it keeps it straight, and straight across to the other point. So what we're doing is marking the 2 points where the tag goes in, and then we are going to put a dash line because this is for scoring. I use this one because the lines are smaller and further apart, so there's less chance of tear. And then shift and hold the square again and layer group or Control G on your pad, keyboard even. Okay, so that is the main card done. Now we need another 8x8 card, so I'm just going to duplicate again, and then we'll come out, which is display, zoom to matte size. We will move the card shape out of the way, and then we need another square, or you can duplicate again, whatever's easier for you, and this one we want at 2 inches. Now this is to make the piece for the inner, that, let me see, I've got it here somewhere, it's not that one, that one. So what we're making is this, and that is where you are going to put your boxes for each of the photos. So to get one that is like this, if you click on your square, wait and click again, you get the nodes up, and you need the line running across the top. When that's highlighted, if you come up here, there is one, if you hover over it, it says open outline, and that's what we need. And then click off, and then get the path tool, and we're going to do another score line like we just done for the card across the top, again getting closer if you'd rather. So click, hold shift and double click, and then change it to that dash line, hold shift and grab the little square as well and group that. And then we are going to duplicate that twice. Now we obviously want it to look good, so we want it to be evenly stretched out. So if you pick all 3 of them up, that's hold shift and click on all 3. We're going to come down here. First of all, we want them to align through the middle so that they're all on level. And then we want this one. Although we can distribute evenly, that is, this one we want 3/4 of an inch between each one. 0.75, you change it by going arrows up and down. And then we want horizontal. So we click that and it will put it at the perfect distance. Now if you have a look at the size, it goes to 7.5. So what we want to do now is bring that right down as far as we can, click off. We want 2 of them to duplicate because we're going to go 3, 2, 1. So I've put another 2 up here, come down as low as you can. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And duplicate one more time. and again as close as you can. Now before we align it all to make sure it's all centered and looks really good, you have to group each level. So 3 boxes down there, Control G on the keypad, or layer group. Now we want the 2 in that level, and that one's on its own anyway. So once we've done that, we're now going to grab all of it and make sure it all aligns down the center. There we go. And that you group again, so it's all in the right place and all ready to be cut. Now that's going on the inside, and you can do it to whatever design you like. You don't have to have it 3/4 of an inch, you can do 1/2 inch. I just like it to be pretty sturdy, so I do it like that. So that is your inner, and then you decide what pattern you like. Like I said, the brown, I felt I was going for like a wooden frame effect, but I think it's too dark. You need something a bit brighter. So the next thing we're going to do are the actual boxes. Now I'm not going to redo this, I'm just going to show you these ones because it's fairly straightforward. You need 1 rectangle at 2 inches across by 8 inches down, and then you have to score at 1 inch, 3 inch, 5 inch and 7 inch. So that's using the path tool and scoring like I've shown you with the other ones. You do 1 of them and then duplicate all. You group it first so that the lines can't move, and then duplicate for how many we need. We need 6 boxes for this. The other one I done was 10, I think. Yeah, 10 boxes. We only need 6 for this one. So that is the main box that's got to fold down. That is what you need for that. And then we need some frames. Now there's the frames. They're not the frames, they're the frames. Come on, frames. That's it. And all these simply are, I'll show you how to do it, is a square that we obviously need at 2 inches because it's got to be the same size as the boxes going on. And then if you offset, you can do 20. I think this is 16. So if I show you 20, it's a little bit thicker. It does mean less of your photo will show. Let me just bring it in here. So you see there is a difference, but whatever size you use, you then have them both and subtract. And there you go. That is a framed square. So then you just duplicate again. We want 6. And that is the basic mechanism for the pop-up photos. And then I obviously had this. Now I got this from, I'll put the link below where I got it from. I got it from Design Bundles. Those of you that know me know that I'm a bit addicted to Design Bundles right now. So I will put the link as to where I got it because I'm not allowed to hand it over to you as it is. Even though I'm using it as part of a project, I can't hand the actual file over to you. So I will put the link below, and if you want it, you can go and get it. I think it's beautiful, and it's perfect for the front of the card. So they come separately. So the mother comes separately, so you can do it in a different colour if you like. I done it in white and then coloured it the same colour as the flowers on the tree, just so that it linked. But obviously you do it the way you prefer to do it. And cut it all out, and I will see you over at the craft desk. Okay, so I'm over at the craft table. I've cut all my bits out. I've got 6 strips like that are going to make the boxes, and all we're going to do is do the folds like this, all mounting. Okay, now although I showed you to put a card together, I'm actually going to use a ready-made card just to show you that it's just as easy to do it like that. So I've got the piece that I've got all the cuts on them, and all we're going to do is glue in between where there is, let me show you on the coloured bit instead of the white bit. So on the back we're going to glue the thin strips like this that are in between the squares, just so that they're all glued down. And what I've done as well, I've snipped off the bottom because we need this to sit on the actual bottom. So I snipped the bottom off as well. So I'm just going to glue round. You need this to be fairly secure where you're going around the boxes. And that is going to go on the top. Like I said, the only thing you really want to make sure is that the bottom is actually on the bottom, because that's the mistake I made last time when I showed you. I'll show you again. I didn't do it, trying to get it easier for you to see. I didn't do it straight on the bottom, so you get that gap there. So I've made sure this time that it is straight on the bottom, and then all the way round. And then fold back so you've got your score folds everywhere. And then this piece is just going to go on this side. So we've got nice matching bits on both sides. There we go, it just needs to... Okay, then what we're going to do, see this set I got from, where is it? Spring Delights, Paper Boutique Spring Delights, 8x8 pack. And they do toppers as well. But what I was thinking, I've got all this new mixed media that I want to try from Pinflair. It's not all new actually, I shouldn't say that. A lot of it has been around for a while. But so this is like a 3D texture gel paste. Don't know if you can see the sparkle in that. And what I was thinking, so it's got a butterfly on it, and I've got this like butterflies flying off, a stencil. And what I was going to try and do was do it so that it's coming off the page. So that's like that, and they're coming off the page onto the paper. So probably best if you stick it down. I'm going to be a little bit silly and just do it on, because what I want to do is put it on there to dry, and then afterwards I'm going to stick it all down so that it matches. love playing around with all these different mediums. So okay, take that off. So it's very subtle, but I think it will look really good. I'm hoping so anyway. So I'm just going to put that over there a second. While we work on the front. So I'm going to move that. I don't know if you can see it well enough. There we go. Look. Very subtle, but when that's stuck on, I think that will look really, really, really pretty. So we'll put that to the side to dry. And then we'll work on the front. So I've got a piece of card. I've done that topper. I've done it a bit different this time. And I've stuck it together. What I also done, went back and done an offset line and then another offset line around that. I've done an 08 offset line because I think it looks better on an offset. So now I'm using a really old product, but I still love it. And I got myself some new ones as well as my really old ones. Gentle Blends. They she still sells them on both her website and her eBay shop, so you can get it from either. But these ones are about 5 years old, and I am able to use them. I've also bought some new ones to top up and get some different colours. They do nice sets, so you get the cards to go with them if no one's ever seen them. They're kind of like an ink, but the sponge stops you taking too much. And I'm going to do a bit of greenery down the bottom, and I don't want to pick up too much, so I'm going very light on it. And I want a bit of green down the bottom, not too much. I didn't do that on the other one, I kept it just the sky. But this time I feel like I want to do a little bit different. That's all I want. I don't want too much. I want most of it to be blue, but I'm going to use... Now this is a new one, so I've got to be really careful with it, because it'll be high in colour. So you see, when you get the new ones, the sponges aren't fully soaked in with the ink. I had a black to darken the edges. Okay, so you see it's a nice blue, and I'm not patting too much because I don't want it too dark. So then, once I've done that, you get cloud templates that come in the packs with some ready pictures. They're called silhouettes. I don't know if anyone's ever seen them. Let's see if I can get them. But the silhouette picture is there, and then you just blend over, and it the silhouette part doesn't take the ink in, so it looks like you've done a really nice background. They're lovely. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to build up a bit of cloud effect like you would get in a sky. You don't want too much. It feels like you haven't done anything, and then when you take it away, you'll see. It's very, very subtle, but that's what I want, because that's what a sky would be, if you can see. So I'm going to use a little bit of that one over here. So it might take a bit of work if you wanted to do loads. I just want a little bit in there so you can see it. So it looks like a kind of a blue sky, but with a little bit of cloud just touched in here and there. Just gonna, okay. So where they said juicy, if you push right down, you get ink on the sides like that. And all I'm doing is using it little bit by little bit. Okay. So now maybe you could make your own horizon. I'm going to leave it because what I want to do is do some stamping of that stamp, the Stamps by Me stamp I showed you. So just a few branches of the tree and then the flowers on the top. I'm going to use my opaque inks from Spectrum Noir, because I have, there we go, I have a nice dark brown one, and they go over other inks, so I haven't got to worry about the inks murking the colour. And they're quite subtle because I don't want it to be sort of in your face inks. So we're going to do one coming from the top, and I think that one I won't do the beginning, I'll just do it maybe coming down like that. Remember, don't push, just press firmly. This one I'm going to do more coming round here. And this one will come round even more. Okay, this one I want to use the magenta. I do have the inks as well, like the actually I wonder what that would look like. Let's see. I got the new Midas ones, so they're metallic, and this is red garnet. So maybe we could try them. Maybe I could do a bit of both. So let's try one with this and one with that, and we'll see how it goes. We want it to be bright and cheery. So I'm just putting the stamp in front of me so I can see which way it's meant to go. That's meant to be with that. And then so that goes there, they go there. It doesn't matter if you don't get it exact, because you can double do it anyway. Put as many blossom as you want on it, but oh, see that, I really like that one. Okay, so if we just turn it a little bit. So you get the picture. You can just build up as many flowers as you like. Do a few different shades, that'll work nicely. So I'm gonna do one in the gentle blends just so that I can show you, because you can get a lot out of gentle blends, and it seems a shame if I don't show you how easy it is. Where's my little one? Okay, I think you get some of these in with the, I can't remember now. Okay, so all you're going to do is go over with the ink. So this is another of my old sets that I've had for like ever, that are still working good. So that testifies how good this stuff is. Right, I just want it very faint. And we're just gonna, okay, so let's move on, because the next thing I want to do, just put the lid on. Obviously this has to go here. I want to do the birds, but what I was going to do was make a stencil, but then I thought I'd done the birds for the big one. If I use that where I cut them out, then I can play with another new thing I've got. That way round. I don't have to use them all. Yeah. So this is called puff paste, and I think I'm in love with it. It is amazing. So you hardly need any. I'm putting it through a stencil because that's what I'm doing. I'm sure there's plenty more you can do with it, but I'm just gonna feed it through. It's good coming through the card because it's a little bit thicker. Okay, not sure if this is going to work now, thinking about it, because the card doesn't stay flat. Should have thought about that. Oh no, it's fine, look. So I've got some birds flying away. Alright, that's only one use, but now I'm going to show you, because I tested it earlier. See this bird on a wire? Now this side I let dry, and you can feel it. There's a little bit there, but here it's very thick because I dried it on the heat gun, sorry. I'm trying to show you. It's a lot thicker, so if you want it really standing out, then you use the heat gun, which I would normally do, but I am doing this very late at night, so I don't think my grandsons or their mum and dad would appreciate me doing that right now. But normally I would heat dry it because it puffs up. It's amazing. It's lovely stuff. And then all that's left is to put that on. Doesn't matter if it goes over the birds a little bit. You could glitter up the flowers. I did glitter a few of the flowers with a glitter wand, which I have somewhere. There. So all I'd done, I went over a few of them. It's just iridescent glitter wand. It's pin flare as well. As you can see, I'm a big fan of pin flare. I've got some new stuff coming as well that I want to try out. Their mixed media stuff is just amazing, and I think the prices are really reasonable. Okay, so all I'm doing is dotting glitter here and there. You can see I'm not doing anything special. I'm just dotting glitter here and there where the flowers are. Got them all. And there you go. That's the front of your card. Okay, so you just want this coming down here. There we go. Isn't it just a lovely little, it's not a poem or a sentiment, whatever. And that is the front of your card. So I've done that 8 by 8 so that you can see. Let's see how this is getting on. We'll put that so that the puff paste can dry. Hopefully I'm not going to get any black anywhere. I'm going to move this out the way. I'll put that on afterwards. So the next stage is the boxes. If I just show you one box, all you're going to do, whether you use tape or glue, is put glue on them two sides and then do it to the side so that you can see me do it. So what you need to do is keep that on the bottom while you stick the box there. And then that one, you're just going to stick top. And then stick that down so that that's the picture that is seen. And then it all fold down. Once you've done that, then stick the bottom. When you're happy with the rest of it, you stick the bottom. And make sure you're pushing it right back when you stick it down, because that is the mistake I made. So now you can see there is no gap. So it comes right up. So you stick 3 along there, and then when you're sticking the next one on, the next line up, you're doing the same thing, and then you've just got to stick each one to there, because if you don't, they all pop up like this, and you don't want that. You want them to stay in steps. So that's all you're doing, is sticking the bottom to the next one down and the top to the piece that we cut. And that is your stepper card. And then you've got the frames like this, and all you're going to do is stick your photos inside, and then it's up to you if you want to use acetate or not. You can use acetate and that will protect the photos. And then you're just going to put the photos, stick them on there like that, so that you've got a photo like that, so that you've got a photo on every box. So I think that is everything. Oh yeah, and then to end it all, I just wanted to put this in 3D again. I wanted to put it on 3D pads, and it's got to be quite far down, because don't forget these boxes are coming down, so you need it quite far down, say about there. And then I'm going to 3D it. I'll just get some more pads. So I'm going to match it up so it looks like the butterflies are coming off the page onto the card. So you imagine all the boxes on there with all the photos. I much prefer it in these papers than when I've done it in the wood. Like I said, I was going for a wood frame, but I don't think it worked. I think this works a lot better, so brighter colours maybe, and then all the photos will be on there. And I've also used this double-sided card, so that on the inside there is also a pattern. Okay, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to message me and ask. I'll help as much as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.